Hey, hosers! James Griffin here, and I have a interesting playthrough for you. Yes, it's another Katori playthrough. Um, I really just needed like 300 XP for a box. Um, I've been playing shit like the Otago all night, and just uh, wanted to play something a little bit different. So I decided to play the Troll Cruiser, uh, just so I could get that 300 XP for my box and go to bed. But I had a really interesting result. Very interesting result. So I figured I'd share it with everybody. Now I am going to do what I always do on this map in the Katori and just hang around here, put both B and C in my gun range, and pummel anything that decides to show itself. Now, while you could say, yeah, you're seal clubbing, and I kind of am, um, this guy uh, has played like over 300 games in his St. Louis. So I'm obviously not, and some of these other guys have played a fair number of games. Some of the other people on my team have played a fair number of games in their ships. So I am not necessarily just seal clubbing, and that isn't my intention. I just really like this ship. For some reason, I'm one of the few people who probably actually do. And it's a Friday night at like 11 o'clock Eastern time, so yeah. So it's kind of the boring part where I'm seeing everything, all of it going south, and I'm figuring, well, there's just look at all those destroyers. There's just a destroyer there heading south, and then a St. Louis pops up. I'm like, oh dear. There's a Samson, and there's a Wix. So I'm thinking, you know what? I think, and there comes some guys coming down the middle. I think I'm just gonna stay here, reposition myself so I can shoot at everything a little better. Fire at that destroyer. What I love about this ship, you can just shoot at everything. Oh, I didn't see how far back that guy was going because I was looking around. I think I actually get him. No. There's that St. Louis. I think that's actually the St. Louis that I end up dueling with at the end. There we go. I've set him on fire. I've dealt a couple of thousand damage to him. Well, 1,500. I only hit him with 2 shells. If I hit with 3 or 4, I can do like damn near 3,000 damage. And there goes our first guy. Someone got detonated down south. That sucks. Lost destroyer. And it looks like he was actually team killed. I didn't notice that. I was too busy focusing on not trying to find something to shoot to notice that. I'm thinking, yeah, there's a couple of destroyers in there. I can deal with the destroyer or two, but I'd rather not do it alone. But everyone is focused on that St. Louis, Dresden, and Wix, and There might be like a Umikaze out there or something. Or maybe the Umikaze's ours. I'm gonna start shooting at this Wix. Zoom out a little bit, because the velocity on these shells is actually not bad. I think I've got the range, but no. We lose a destroyer. We're down 4 of our 6 destroyers, and we killed 2 of their 6. There's, I believe, a second Dresden. Wonderful. Okay, so I believe the Dutchman is down south, so he's not even fighting me. No. That guy has like 300 games in St. Louis. There's a Wix. Now, if you just stop and look at the minimap, there's 2 destroyers in the center. We are annihilating A, fortunately, and we are equal in numbers in C. And there's an Umikaze, and I am going to get him once. Someone else is going to put some shots on him. I think that's the Chester. Get him twice. And he was stopping to stay in the smoke. There we go. There's my first kill, an Umikaze. I don't care about the Umikaze. And I launched my spotters. And they really are just spotters, just to make sure I'm not going to get torpedoed. This thing can dodge torpedoes easily, but she's slow, so you need to know they're coming. Although she's really responsive in her turning. So now we've got this St. Louis. I think this guy is a newer player, but he's actually not doing too bad. I mean, he's at the edge of his range, and he managed to get me a bit there. He'll eventually actually switch over to AP and start shooting that at me. Or maybe it was one of the Dresdens. I wasn't terribly paying attention to what I was shooting at, to be honest. I just know that there's 3 cruisers, and I need to keep them as far away from me as possible. And that they're all pretty similar. St. Louis has the longest range. But I'm out of her range right now. But now look at this. We've lost everything down there but that Umikaze. There's a Wix coming up from the south, and our Dresden and our Chester are taking B now, which is good. This Dresden's up in the corner. I want to actually start shooting at him. As he's closer, he's coming towards me. He's an easier target. I want to shoot at the St. Louis, because it's a more dangerous ship in anyone's hands, but I have to shoot at the Dresden is just a much easier target. I'm very low probability of hitting that St. Louis, and the Dresden is coming towards me and faster than the St. Louis. And she's got she doesn't have very big guns, but they're still big enough to hurt me. And there goes our last destroyer down there. So we have 1 destroyer, and it's that Samson down south. I want to assume someone wants to come around that corner and start shooting at me, so that my torpedoes loose on that island. I'm hoping to get the Wix with them, actually. And I'm actually firing to stay spotted. I want them to shoot back at me so I can see them. So I'm just randomly firing into cap, maybe hoping to get a hit and reset the cap. But I'm really just trying to stay spotted. I'm trying to get them to try to take that long range shot at me, because I can easily fire back at them, and if I'm paying attention, I can dodge whatever they're shooting. Now the St. Louis here is spotted by the Dresden, who's sitting on B, and the Chester's going after the 2 ships to the south. So now up here, we have a Wix, a pair of Dresdens, and a St. Louis. Pretty much against 1 Katori. And I was actually heading back to get into the fight, and there's that Dresden shooting at me. There's the Wix. The Wix is going to charge me, and I'm going to make him pay for it. My torpedoes are still... well, no, my torpedoes are off reload. He starts dropping smoke, so I fire torpedoes at where I think he'll be in that smoke. Now he's going to actually stay out of this... he's going to do his job. He's going to stay out of the smoke and try to spot for his cruisers, but I'm a good shot, and the Katori's guns are of decent velocity and super accurate, so I've set them on fire. The fire has actually stuck for the time being. And he's fired torpedoes at me, and I'm... interesting, yeah, I'm trying to outrun torpedoes and a Katori. There's the Wix back, so we're going to finish him off. And there's his torpedoes. And there goes the Wix. His torpedoes are out of range, because Tier 2 American destroyer. Now I'm taking some fire, because this Dresden is actually spotting me. I think. It's gotta be that Dresden spotting me. So, we're exchanging fire. Now I see the St. Louis. I guess the smoke is dissipating. I'm not okay, I'm sure that my aircraft are spotting the St. Louis. The Dresden has to be spotting me. And someone's firing AP at me because I'm super squishy. I've got a lot of hit points, but armor is, my armor is shit. So I am doing my best to take evasive action, but they're all faster than me. And this, look at this Dresden at B. He's going away, and I'm calling for help. I had half a mind to actually write in the chat, "Help me." You know, like, instead of just, but I'm too busy evading and shooting to do that. So it's basically an equal tier cruiser and two lower tier cruisers fighting me. So now here comes my third kill. Pretty soon I am going to get this St. Louis. He's actually doing a good job. Before I looked at the replay, I actually thought this was the Flying Dutchman. But this guy's half decent player. Just he's engaged in a long-range gunnery duel with a more experienced player in a ship with a longer range. So, but no, that guy did good. So, yeah, here I am against now two Dresdens on low health. That other Dresden went up to try to take C, abandoned me. Now I'm on fire. I stopped that shit. And he runs aground, so running aground against this ship is not going to end well. I can't get all my guns at him. I gotta keep moving. I gotta keep fucking weaving because well, I'm running low on hit points. Now the St. Louis has finally come through B to help me. But I have this Dresden, and they are really trying to kill me. And Now there's this. Now I just have to fight this Dresden. I'm thinking, okay, I'm in good shape here. Hopefully the St. Louis will actually like come north and help me, and I can just, you know, keep running. The St. Louis, he's got to be pretty much at the extreme end of his range. He's scoring some hits, and now I'm starting to think, oh wow, I'm at 3,000 hit points. Now I'm on fire. So I'm like, fuck it. I gotta kill this guy because I'm on fire, and I'm not gonna survive. And he kills me. Fight! Ah! Look at that. Look at all that. So, got 127,000 credits. Got 2,070 experience. 104 base experience. A Kraken Unleashed. It's just a flesh wound. 49,000 damage dealt. 72 hits. 4 defender ribbons. 2 incapacitations. 5 ships destroyed for the Kraken. And I set 14 fires. So yeah, it's definitely a good performance. This guy actually did really well. This Smith, I've got did I guess he got the second. He was probably the guy with the Flying Dutchman. I guess that guy who got the team kill ended up getting his own kill. Make up for that, so that's good. Or maybe he got 2 kills. This guy. He probably did get 2 kills, and he's that guy. I don't know. Someone got a team kill and then got at least one more kill. Anyways, I don't know how this guy got more experience points. He probably took a couple of caps. He's also bottom tier, so he might have gotten a bit of a XP boost fighting. You know, if he was fighting a St. Louis, a Wix, and a couple of Dresdens guy up north. Yeah, but this guy did good. Of course, he's got like 300 games in the St. Louis. Because I checked him out. And I have uploaded this replay to post replays. So I'll provide a link for that, of course. And if you look here, I did 22,000 damage to the St. Louis, which is almost my hit. I think it's just over my hit points. I did 12 to the Dresden, 6 to the other Dresden, 4 to the Wix, and 3 to the Abakaze. So it's not like I was, not like I wasn't pulling my own weight. I didn't just get a bunch of kill steals. I wasn't the only one shooting at these guys, obviously, but up and get a kill steal. 36,000 damage with the main battery. 278 shots fired. I like to just up and fire these, and then there was those shots that I was just firing randomly, just ready to bait them into shooting me so I could see them and shoot back. Sometimes it's good to be spotted, and this is my Atago captain, so he's spec'd for he's spec'd for stealth. 14,000 damage from fires, 649,600 damage, potential damage. I've had less shot at me driving Colorado, being bottom tier. That only happened once, but that is a lot of potential damage fired at me, and most if not all of it, was guns, just those torpedoes that the Wix shot at me, which never had a chance of hitting anyways. I didn't get any capture points. I got 22 defense points. I didn't go very far, although it's kind of hard to go very far in this ship. It only goes 18 knots. Um, and I took 20. Well, I took 20,000 damage. 20,000 of it was 1,800. 60 of it was from getting hit 70 times. Most of it from high explosive shells that didn't really do much damage. 61 armor high explosive shells did damage, and 9 armor piercing shells hit for 3,373 damage, and I took some damage from fires. So yeah, it doesn't matter where you're shooting from. Shoot AP at these, uh, and good job whichever one of you actually switched to AP. I'm actually hoping it was one of the Dresdens because part of the reason I didn't take a whole lot of damage from the high explosives was because two of the people spamming high explosives at me were in German. Uh, like there's one German ship and I don't know which one it is. It's a cruiser and I'm not terribly interested in German cruisers, but there's like one German cruiser that doesn't have HE that absolutely completely sucks, and the rest of them you want to shoot AP. The HE in the St. Louis is okay. It's average, I believe. Its AP is good too, and it has 6-inch guns, where the Dresdens have like 102mm guns or some shit like that. But yeah, never fire unless if you can help it. Never fire HE from a Dresden, even at a destroyer. You only have like 102mm guns. Even if you're shooting at a destroyer, generally fire AP, because their HE is terrible. You might do more. They'll probably do more damage past 8 more modules firing AP, or at least that's what I found. And I think I got Nemden. Anyways, enough of the how to play German ships in general. And I guess I did take a screenshot of the XP one. You can see that my captain has 18 points. Katori is a premium, put a quote around that, reward cruiser. I don't know if they're going to actually sell it. And it wouldn't probably cost much more than like $5-10 anyway. But yeah, so got a decent amount of I got a decent amount of Commander XP game. All that. Anyways, that is it for this bit of a ramble and a Kraken game. I have consumed my obligatory mini bottle of Kraken rum because I got it for Christmas. Appropriate. So yeah, that's about it for this. Talk to you later and have a good one, eh?